All right, folks, what's happening? Rusty Shanks here on a Friday night. I am a little bit stir crazy. I'm in South Mississippi and it has been raining for what seems like months, but it really has. It's been raining pretty much nonstop for the last 2 days. It's rained about 6 out of the last 7 days. So I decided I'm going to jump into a different game here. Uh This is Farming Simulator. Let's see, I think I get to pick something here. I want that. This is Farming Simulator 25. I played this a few months back. I had the Xbox Game Pass, and you could play it for free. I only did the Game Pass for about a month, and basically, I was enjoying playing. They have a lot of these different mods that you can do to kind of keep it a little interesting. So this one here that I'm doing is Into the Woods, and it's a mod map. There's another one that I did not see. Maybe I missed it, but I think basically you just start with a chainsaw and a truck, and that's about all you start with. This one here, I think I start off with a little bit more. All right, that looks like my guy. I think all this stuff right here is mine. I do have to remember which field is mine. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's over here. So basically, I'm going to start with this field right here. But in this game, in this particular game, you're basically surrounded by woods. It's basically all woods. You've got this one little area here where there's a town that you can buy seed and bring your supplies to that whatever you harvest. Let's see. I'm trying to remember here. What's that? Okay, I think that's the sawmill. So anyway, on this game here, I think you can basically buy up some. Oh, what am I doing? You can buy up some of these other properties, and then you're kind of starting with one field. And then I'm going to try to get into like some woodworking. But I think right now, I don't even think I have a house. So I think at some point I might have to buy a house or a tent. I think I only had like one option of what mod I could bring in with me, and I actually brought in the wood chipper so that you can actually buy a wood chipper and basically sell wood chips to make money. I watched a guy do it. It's a pretty interesting game. If you've never played it before, it can be very slow moving. At the same time, it's kind of relaxing. I was trying to play another farming game last night. I honestly can't even remember the name of it. It was something like Farm Simulator Life or something to that degree. Oh, how do I get in here? And I had a lot of trouble with the mechanics. It kind of was clunky, and I was having a hard time kind of keeping up. But so I decided to go back to this. I do enjoy this game. I do wish there was a couple. Like, I kind of wish you could actually cut down trees and build your own buildings and workbenches and stuff like that. I think you actually have to buy all that stuff. Am I doing this right? I need to hook that thing up here. There we go. I think attach. Yeah, there we go. Wow, and I slapped that other thing. All right, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna get over here to this field, start plowing it, and if I remember correctly, I do not like this plow at all. It's it hangs way out there. I should have turned the traffic off. That would have helped. But this is one thing I really like about this game is the driving. The driving is very smooth. The only thing that gets a little bit tricky is when you have a couple different attachments that you have to get attached to tractor, and usually it just takes a little bit of time to get used to that. But what I'm hoping that this is going to have my field map, which probably find out here in a minute. This is the other thing I remember. It's like tricky to get in here, so you almost have to cut down some of these trees. Yeah, watch out. So you can so you can actually get in here. Oh, and you know what? Okay, yeah. I don't think that's ready to harvest. Let me look at my map just to double check. It usually tells me, I think. Let's see. Oh, that didn't do it. What did I do there? I feel like something shows me. I thought it was that right there. Okay, there we go. So this is yield bonus growth ready to harvest. So yep, I grabbed the wrong thing. I need to go back and get my harvester, and this is actually crop I can go ahead and take in and sell. Oop. This is a really tight farm area over here. I think I need to buy myself a chainsaw pretty quick like. All right, I think I can go right over to it. Yeah. Okay, so, whoa, watch out, buddy. You're kind of in the way here. Okay, well, there you go. Jump in, I guess. All right, I just ran that guy over. Oh, I remember this too. If by any chance whoever made this map is watching, you've got this thing set up that I have to come around from the backside and get it, which is very tricky with everything in the way. Oh my goodness, look out. Oh crap, I forgot about this. Don't flip the truck over, dude. I felt like you had to like get in here and like push it out a little bit so you can get to it. I wish they would have fixed that by now. It's been a long time since I played this. I'm just running everything over. Holy cow. Pick that thing up, would you? There you go. Ridiculous. This guy here, he's wandering around. Get out of the way. Anyway, this is kind of a fun one to start because you do start with just a little bit of equipment. I think what I did one time was I actually sold all of my equipment and bought a couple little pieces of machinery. I think I bought some a chainsaw and maybe a truck, and then I think I sold that plow and bought a better plow too. I'll tell you what I really should have done while I was back there. I should have bought a chainsaw. I need to cut down a few of these trees and get them out of the way. I will say that too. Like it seems like I only decided to come into the game with 250,000. I think it wants to start you with 500,000. And I feel like I should have done that because of how expensive stuff is, but I feel like in order to like get all this stuff cleaned up, you've got to have like a skid steer with a mulcher on there so that you can get rid of all this, oh my goodness, brush, and actually kind of create you a road right here. Because I'm telling you, they made this difficult. Oh man, I don't think I can get through there. Holy cow. Yep, this is going pretty well. Yep, I'm stuck in that tree. Okay, come on. All right, maybe we'll eventually get this thing. I think I have to unfold that. It's been a minute since I played. I did the little tutorial a second ago, but let's see. Lower. Turn on harvester. There we go. All right, we'll get this cleaned up in here. I gotta go. I'm gonna have to go get the tractor. I have to get the tractor and the trailer over here to offload this canola. I think is what we're gathering. Yeah, canola. Let's see here. I'm telling you, there's something. No, no, no. I didn't mean to do that. Toggle cruise control, change speeds. Enable straw. What's that? Oh, I'm not sure what that's doing. Oh, no, that's not it either. It seems like there's a way. Active worker mode, AI mode. No. Okay, here we go. You got to hold the B button down. So then what this does is this gives you like steering assist. I think I want that on automatic. I know, guys. Okay, so yeah, so what this does is this gives you your lines. And then basically I think I hit A. Oh, nope, I just dropped that. Let's see. Lower header. Steering assist, hold B. Okay, I did that already. How do I do? Oh, activate lane. So B, I activated the lane, and now I think if I hit cruise control. Chief, come on, bud. Oh no, what did I do? I don't have the thing turned on. I know you're bored, bud. I'm bored too. You're more than welcome to go play in the rain if you want to. Okay, active lane. I need to turn this on. Turn on. Is that down on the ground? Okay. Then hit cruise control. And I think it's actually driving for me here. So then you can kind of whatever, check your phone. Because let me tell you, that is the one thing about this game is it can be very slow moving. It's kind of rewarding once you actually like are doing this right here, harvesting the crop, because you get quite a good little payday, it seems like. But then you kind of got to come back. You got to plow the field. You got to sow the field. You got to fertilize the field. You got all kinds of different stuff. So you basically end up on the same field for like 4 hours there. It's kind of why I like getting out in the trees, cutting down trees, and eventually I'm gonna like want to try to build like a cattle farm. I think you can do all kinds of different animals. And I think no, it doesn't look like it. I was gonna say when you do straw or wheat, you can actually come back through there. Okay, I gotta activate lane and go. You can actually come back through with a baler and get money for hay bales, or you can actually use your hay bales to feed your animals. Because you do end up spending a lot of money if you get animals. It seems like you got to have a building for them, you got to have food for them, and if you don't make your own food, you've got to go and buy it. So it's a pretty interesting game. It's a little slow moving, but kind of gives me something to do on a Friday night when I'm stuck inside while it's raining. I actually have, I myself have 12 acres that I'm trying to kind of turn into a homestead. And I was really hoping to get out there this weekend and do some work. I don't think that is going to happen. It is literally a swamp out there right now. Let's see, activate. Yeah, once I kind of get back familiar with it, you move a little bit quicker. But like when you can do jobs where you're doing this for other people, plowing their fields and gathering their crops and stuff. And like, you definitely like these line assist on there because I think you have to get 95% of it. And there has been times where you'll miss tiny little pieces all over the place, and that adds up to whatever, 10% of your field. And then you got to go all the way across the field and get those little spots. So if you do it right the first time and kind of, I like to come through here and do that outside of the field. And then that way you kind of get a little bit more room to move around because you don't really want to be driving over your crops. I do think you can ruin them. I think I probably ruined a little bit of the ones up front there trying to get into here. But I feel like this game, like I don't know, I play a lot of different games. I used to play a game called Ark Survival, and that was the very original one, and I loved that game. It was a great game, and like I feel like if you could implement some of the things they had in that game, like where you can basically build your, you can have your own blueprint for a cabin you want to build. You could build all kinds of little crafting tables and stuff. Um, I think that'd be really cool for a game like this. Like if you could basically combine this game with like Call of the Wild, the hunting, the hunting game, and something like Ark, where you got to worry about, on Ark you have to worry about dinosaurs. But sorry guys, I'm gonna have to cut down some of these trees. I'm having a hard time getting lined up here. But I definitely like the idea of like basically a survival game where you kind of have some serious farming like this. You've got some kind of serious hunting, and then you've got to worry about wild animals. So many games are like it's zombies, and it's like, if you're out in the mountains of pretty much anywhere in North America where there's grizzly bears and bobcats and mountain lions and wolves, like those are pretty dangerous characters right there. They need to kind of have a game that implements a little bit of everything to where you're not necessarily worried about zombies as much as you are wild animals. And then just the basic surviving, drinking water, eating food, having shelter, staying warm. I do like the games where the season changes so that that was the one thing about Ark. Like you could get overheated or you could be too cold. You had to keep an eye on everything and either get yourself warmed up or find yourself some shade. That was a pretty fun game. I never did make it very far. I didn't quite. I guess I kind of got tired. You had to go into these. You had to kind of go into these caves or dungeons, whatever you want to call them, and find these little artifacts. And like, just getting to them alone was very hard. They had a lot of very dangerous animals and stuff in the caves, and some of them you had to have mask. It just got really, really in depth, and then you'd sometimes have to do those caves like 3 or 4 times just to gather what you needed. But I never did make it very far. But I enjoyed the survival part of it, and you could tame dinosaurs. That was pretty cool. Flying around or riding around on dinosaurs. That was pretty cool. But anyway, I just babbled on there for about 10 minutes. I apologize. Just trying to keep you guys not bored from watching me out here mowing this field. There was a lawn mowing game that I saw. I don't know if anybody's ever played it before. By the way, thank you to a couple of my subscribers that just signed up here, subscribed in the last couple of days. All right, what are we doing here? There, that's the one I want. I do appreciate it. I just kind of do this to keep myself busy, keep myself out of the bar. I've been gaming since, well, I remember playing Atari. I'll put it that way. My very first entertainment system was the Nintendo Entertainment System. Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. Contra. Everybody remembers Contra. Up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right. ABA start or whatever it was. That was a fun game. I'm surprised they didn't. I know they kind of came out with a couple. It seemed like they tried to have a couple spin-offs of it, but I'm surprised they didn't turn it into like some sort of open world game where you're kind of first person, third person point of view. That was an awesome game. It was tough too. Seems like if you didn't know the code, you probably weren't going to beat it. Nowadays everything's pay to play. I played I did a live stream of golf the other night, which that's kind of fun. It's a little entertaining, but it's like they want you to buy stuff left and right. They want you to buy clubs and clothes and all this stuff to help you. Like that's I don't know that that's what I don't know. Maybe some of you guys like that about gaming. To me, I feel like it's experience, gathering experience points, you know, building up your attributes from the ground up. It feels so much more satisfying. Okay, what are we doing? We're picking this lane, right? And go. Still got quite a quite a ways to go. This isn't even that big of a field either. It seems like some of the fields that you have to like, you know, people want to hire you to come do their field like that. Some of them jokers take like 2 hours, real time, not game time, real time. But anyway, let's just imagine. Let's imagine I could build me a little cabin with the trees I cut down. I can get me a little fire set up, have me a little saw table so I could make planks and stuff like that. I do believe somewhere down the line, I may have said this already, but I think somewhere down the line you can actually buy a lumber yard. You can I think even buy or build a carpenter shop, or you can sell furniture and stuff like that. I haven't gotten that far in the game, but it does give you something to do. Because here's the other thing, folks. Like once you have your fields planted and ready to go, I think it's like a couple days. I'd have to look. Oh, as a matter of fact, I'll tell you what. That just made me realize something here. All right, it's saving it. I gotta look at that. 15 minutes. Time scale 5 times. All right, I'm gonna do 3 times. Auto save every 15 minutes, which is okay. I think I'm gonna turn that off, and mostly because sometimes you do something, or at least I've done it before, where I'm like, oh crap, I shouldn't have done this or done that, and then it's got you saved, and it's like, oh, you either have to start back at the beginning, or or deal with it basically. Okay, so this is days per month. I think what I did was I think I made this 3 days, maybe even 2 days per month. And the reason is, folks, let's see. Crop destruction is on. Periodic plowing required. I think I'm just going to leave that off. The reason I'm doing it for like 3 days or 2 days, did we do it for 2 or 3? Now I can't remember. Uh, is because sometimes it takes you a full day just to get one field completely plowed. Like I said, you got to plow it, then you gotta fertilize it. It turns into a lot, and sometimes that takes more than a full day. Oh, so once you have that, you know, basically one day you got one day it's going to grow, and then the next day it's going to be ready to. Am I not in my lane? I don't think I'm in my lane here. There we go. Uh, Then you got to basically start the process over again. And like, I think if I remember correctly, up there at the top, it says like August. I think if you look at the calendar, it tells you what months you can grow what, how long it takes for them to actually grow. I feel like some of these take a couple of months to actually grow and get to the point where you can actually harvest them. Anyway, I'm babbling on here. I missed that spot. Man, I got way out of line. Hopefully I can catch it back up. Otherwise it's going to like throw me off the whole way. Like that right there. Just, I barely caught that. But I do love the driving in this game. And that's the other thing. It seems like if you want to, and I could be wrong about this, but I was hoping at one point like I could just have a truck and like drive a truck around and haul stuff around. Seems like your regular truck won't hook up to most everything, so you definitely have to have a tractor. You're eventually going to want two tractors, which I think right now I only have one, which basically means, you know, I've got to unhitch whatever I've got on one tractor and go get whatever I need and then come back, and it can be a process. It looks like we're just about full. We're getting ready to have to offload this. Trying to remember. I think I can drive the truck once I'm full. But that pipe, if I were to be full right now, that pipe would pop out on the left, and I don't want to drive into that or it'll ruin my crops. See, yep, I missed that whole line right there. Positive. I'm pretty sure I'm not drunk. Promise I'm not drunk. Not yet, anyways. All right, let's see. We'll go back and get this, and then I think I'm going to have to go get my trailer. Remind me, I need to try to see if I can get a chainsaw while I'm over there. All right, I'm gonna leave it at 96%. We'll get up closer to the top here. I think there's a way. I feel like there's a way you can actually speed up your. All right, turn off harvester. I think there's a way you can speed up your cruise control. I haven't really messed with that too much, but I thought I saw something that said increase cruise control at some point, which helps. Oh, duh. I need to stop right here. I forgot what I was doing. I was getting ready to get started again. All right, I should be able to get over to there to that. Pipe out. Wait for that to pop out. All right, let me jump in the tractor. Am I unhitched? Yeah. I'm definitely going to have to cut down some trees. I will say that too. That's I think I was saying earlier, you got to spend a lot of money in this game. Like, you either have to have, and I can do it with my trailer, but you got to cut down these trees, and then you've got to cut them into logs, and then you got to pick them up, get them in a trailer, and get them out of the way. Otherwise, they'll just lay there and be in your way. Luckily, you start with a trailer here, so that one game I did where I just had the pickup truck and a chainsaw, woo wee, let me tell you, that was a lot of loading, trying to get the truck loaded as full as I could before I took it down to the lumber mill. Okay, can I buy a oh, wow. I just smashed right into that wall there, folks. Got to remember where I can buy a... Oh, yeah, my trailer's all jacked up because of trying to get that harvester out of there. Oh, backwards. All right, we got that. There are just people out here randomly walking around in the parking lot. Okay, let me see something here. If I remember correctly, that's the vehicles. Let's see. I mean, I think there's more down here than just vehicles. Tools. Here we go. Chainsaw. All right, so I need to buy a chainsaw. I'm a Husqvarna guy myself. The hand tool has been purchased. Your tool is now ready to use. Okay. So I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna have to eventually cut down some trees. Oh, I saw a fishing pole too. Yeah, I did the DLC with the, I think it's like Scottish Highlands fishing or something like that. So there's definitely some fun maps. I'd like to jump into the fishing one, but that kind of goes back to what I was saying about like the perfect game where, again, you got this farm, you got yourself a little cabin that you built. You can go down and fish for some food, go out and hunt for some food, grow your own food, and then kind of have to deal with survival, which I think would be pretty fun if you could somehow combine all those. I'm not a game maker, so there's a game maker out there. Just cut me out a check for the idea or whatever. Appreciate it. I think I just drive by this thing. Yep, here we go. So now this, I should be able to take this and sell it. We'll see how full my trailer gets. I think I can actually get one more full load, but I could be wrong. It's filling up quickly. Yeah, it's filling up quickly. We'll drive down. We'll see if we can figure out where we've got to go from here or where to take this to sell it. Yep, that pretty much filled me up there. All right. Sorry, folks. I had to take a quick break. The natives are absolutely restless. They've pretty much been stuck inside. Well, my little one, she's a bit of a princess, so I've got to carry her outside to go outside in the rain so she'll go to the bathroom. And I have 3 feral cats that have come up out of the woods at some point or another. And they're all wanting to fight with each other. It's just been a mess. We needed rain, but holy cow, we didn't necessarily need to get it all at once, I don't think. All right, I got to remember where I'm taking this to. I think it's on the other side of that red barn over there. And let's see, we have. Oh, we bought a chainsaw. I was like, why am I missing money? All right, 248,998. I think this thing actually tells me how much I make off of this load. If I'm going to the right place. Okay, I think that's the pickup. I think that's like picking up manure or something. I think at some point I can build my own silos and I can actually store my own grain. And then again, that helps when you have animals. All right, I have to remember how to do this. Okay, dump. What is going on? Holy cow. There we go. All right, folks, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I didn't have a button for my dump. Then the one it gave me was not working. I finally found a button that wasn't already lined up with doing something else. Okay, I made $7,000, $7,741 off of that load. So that's cool. All right. I have a feeling I'm going to run into that problem a couple times where I don't have it lined up with the Xbox controller. Well, there go the dogs. I think one of the cats finally decided to go outside and they're mad about it, I guess. All right, we're going to get the rest of this stuff. I don't think it's going to fill my truck this time or my trailer. So we'll probably jump back on here and finish this field up. Oh, and that might actually be, holy cow, episode 1. This is rough. Oh, I smashed right into that tree. It's like it's hitting something down there and knocking my steering out. All right. You got any more in there? Okay. I think that's actually empty. So that's good. Let me get this thing out of the way. Holy cow. All right. Stop. All right. I think I can put that pipe back in. There we go. My door is open, so that's ready to go. That was a long break. I'm glad I slowed down the time. That's the other thing. I'm going to have to look and see if they sell a tent because I'm not sure where I can actually go to sleep at. All right, we're going to line up with that. Oh, I got to drop everything here. Lower head. Turn on harvester. Now let's activate cruise control. Holy cow. It's like I said before, when I was playing before, I was playing on the Xbox or, the Xbox on the computer here. And so everything lined up with the Xbox controller. And I realized almost immediately when I started playing that there were a couple of things I didn't have buttons set up for. There's a name for it. I can't think of the name for it. But basically where you're matching up your buttons with the keyboard buttons. I would like to reap what you sow. I just got some achievement. Look at me go, for all amigo. Look at me go, amigo. I'm out here just messing everything up and still getting rewards. All right. That's the other thing about this field is there's these trees that are right on the edge that I'm going to have to cut down as well. Okay, pick the lane. All right, is my thing still down there? I think it is. And I am in the lane, right? Okay. I got way out of whack that last time. Anyway, still raining, folks. It's actually starting to rain harder. Sorry about that. Zoned off for a second. I think it just started raining harder in the last 20 minutes. I am over it, if I haven't said that 455 times. Over it. This field, we still got quite a little ways to go on this one. It's good for the money. Everything on here is like in real life. It's expensive. I don't know exactly what I would need next. I don't like that plow that I have. I know that. I remember that like almost immediately when I saw it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's that one I do not like. I think for one thing, it's not even as wide as these lanes right here. See, something got off right there. I don't know what happened there, but I feel like I'm not going to be able to get that little edge over here on the right. Maybe it'll get it. Anyway, I don't think it's even as wide as this right here. So like it'll take twice as many passes to clear the field. as this thing does to clean the field up. Do. How's everybody's Friday night going? Everybody staying out of trouble? Is it raining where you're at? Hopefully not. Hopefully this weather app is right and it's going to actually clear out tomorrow at some point in time. That'd be really nice. All right, so I did get that little piece on the right there. And now we have a chainsaw, so that's good. Be able to get rid of some of these trees. Probably be able to make a little bit of money off the trees. Jeez. I feel like, yeah, we're over halfway done, but it sure does seem like there's still a lot. And this is like an awkward shaped field too. It's like a diamond shape rather than squared or rectangled up. I think my dog just dropped some ass because something is stinking. I don't think it's me. I wish this thing was a little bit faster. I think you go a tiny bit faster when you don't have it on cruise control, but seems like when you don't have it on cruise control, that's when you're kind of getting out of line and actually costing yourself more work and time. Take your time, do it right the first time, folks. Not that I have any business giving you that bit of information. I feel like I don't know that I've ever done something and not screwed it up the first try. All right, come on, here we go. Might end up coming away with, I don't know, how full is it? 40%. So shoot, even if we get it back up to 50%, that's probably about $4,000. What am I doing? There we go. Oh, and I gotta line the line up there. This thing is pretty handy to have the little lines and then the auto drive and all that. And I think, as you move on, your tractors get a little faster. Your harvester here is a little bit wider, so you're taking out more at a time, and speeds the process up a little bit. That helps. But I gotta figure out where I'm gonna sleep at. I don't know what's gonna. I don't know if I can just keep working through the night. I feel like it's somewhere I get tired. I don't know if that's the thing or not. I don't see anything. Maybe I can just work through the night. I know it gets dark. These things do have lights on them though. We're getting there. A couple more swipes. Oh, heads up. There we go. Yeah, even when you're a little bit off it, as long as you get it lined up, it'll take you in. It'll take you on in. I think we're gonna have to do a little more exciting stuff. Cutting down trees isn't that fun either. I don't know for a fact, but I feel like when you're actually farming, or when you've actually got animals, you're doing animal husbandry. I feel like that's where you get a little bit more. It gets a little more exciting, keeps you moving. I think you have to make sure your cows are milked, and I think you can milk your goats, and there's all kinds of stuff going on. Again, I do kind of wish it had more of your, if you're hungry or thirsty, kind of modern needs. I guess I'm kind of glad if I don't have some sort of problem for not sleeping, because right now I don't know where I'm going to sleep at. I think I can buy a house, but I think they're about 50,000 maybe for a little trailer. I think we got maybe two more after this one. Looks like there's going to be a couple little short sections. And we are at 60% full, so we're going to make a little bit of money. I'd say probably over 10 grand once it's all said and done. Maybe even closer to 15 if this thing gets closer to 100% full. We'll see what happens. I think I started to say I was trying to play a couple different games the other day. I I tried golf. It's pretty good. I got the basketball. Steam was having a bundle sell for 2K25 golf, the PGA Tour, and 2K25 NBA, which I used to, the same thing with, it's even worse on the basketball with the, want you to buy all this stuff and buy into these little games that you can play with other people. I'm not that serious about basketball. It seems like I wonder if they're going to redo the college. Maybe they already have, but I remember playing the college basketball a long time ago, and that was actually pretty fun. I feel like I don't know. EA seems like they're better with the sports gaming than 2K, but then again, EA hasn't gotten too much better in the last few years. I'm not bashing EA Sports. I've bought plenty of EA Sports games, but I don't know. Seems like as far as technology's come, some of the games have somehow gotten worse or stale or have not changed at all. All right, come on. Yeah, I'm gonna get this little. See, I knew there. It seemed like there was something off at some point in time. I think it has to do with these lines crisscrossing. You see, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be there. Okay. All right, so we'll probably have two more little swipes after this. And we are at 77%. So we're going to get pretty close. We might be at about 85, maybe 90. I'm going to say 85 once it's all said and done. Maybe more. It's jumping up quite a bit. Yeah, we're over 80%, not done with this line. Maybe 90%. That'd be nice. Get us a little money in the pocket. All right, 81. See, I didn't get too out of hand there. Whoop. Here we go. Yeah, see, I gotta jump. Nope, I want to get on this other one. Whoop. No, I don't want that one. No, I don't want that one. I think it's that one that I want, and it'll just barely scrape that. Yeah, that gets, oh, now I'm not thinking that's doing anything. Let me back up and try again here. I guess I did want that line. All right. Bear with me, folks. All right, 82%. Yeah, maybe 85. Still pretty good. So you do kind of start with a little bit of little bit of grain to go ahead and get some money in your pockets. All right. I don't know if that was on the game or if that was in real life. I thought I heard like what sounded like a bottle rocket. Oh, no, put that back down. Lower harvester. Got out of whack there. I hit the wrong button instead of cruise control. Yeah, I don't know what that's doing there. Okay. Jeez. I feel like that took way longer than it needed to. All right, turn off harvester. Lift ahead. Let's get over here. I'm going to have to get this joker out of the way. Let's see if we can just pull up next to this one. Ooh. Well, I wish I was going that fast when I was harvesting, because that's a pretty good speed there. Wouldn't take near as long. Let's see. Open pipe. Oh, crap. I need to back up. There we go. All right. Shoot. I don't even know how long this video has been, folks, but I think we're going to wrap it up. I may actually go live for a few minutes. We'll see what happens. I may do episode 2 live. We'll see what happens. Get this all emptied out here. Looks like I'm about to go over the side there. All right, now let's tuck this back in. Pipe. I think I can fold that. Oh, I think I can fold that. Yep. All right, I need to find somewhere to park this thing. I think I turned off the traffic. I think I just did that when I was in there. I don't know if I can get through there. Which means I can kind of park in the road over here. I can't remember what that is right there. That might be like a fertilizer plant. And I don't want to park in the middle of the road. Well, I don't have a road. I don't have a road yet. All right, we're going to park that. I'm getting out of here. Oh, yeah, I forgot I can jump right into it. All right, here we go. Come on. See how much money this field makes us with the cannoli. Canola. I don't know if they make cannolis with canola. That doesn't sound right. Probably canola oil. Sunflower seeds. I don't know. I'm only guessing. Not an actual farmer. I just do this on rainy nights. I feel like one of these places I can buy pallets of like fertilizer and stuff. At some point I'm going to need that pretty soon. Yeah, I think that's what that is right there. Maybe. I could be wrong. Okay, now, hopefully this is going to go a lot smoother now that I have a button for it. There we go. For some reason, I feel like that's what it was on Xbox, just the L bumper down. Or L joystick down, I should say. Okay, that gave us almost 7,000. So I think we made about 14 or 15,000 there. Just off of that. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do, folks. I'm gonna drive back over to the home spot over here. I want to take a look at the housing, see what's out there. I feel like I need to have myself some sort of a house that I can go to sleep in. I need to cut down some trees to open up a road. Oh, and open up around that field right there. Oh, hang on. Here we go, folks. All right, we're going to hop out of here. I think right through there is where I'll build a tree. Let's see something. Construction, I think, is what I want. Construction. Let's see. Sheds. Small garage, big garage. And like I feel like it has to be a house or a tent or something so you can actually go to sleep. Farm barn. I might be in the wrong category here. All right, let's see here. Silo extension here, constructibles. Buildable. Okay, and yeah, so some of this stuff, here's a good example. Here's a buildable log cabin. It comes as a kit and must first be assembled, deliver the required materials to the construction site. So I think at some point in time you can actually have like the place that makes these planks and 2x4s and whatever else it is. Okay, there's a farmhouse. There's a farmhouse. Those are also assembled that I have to assemble them. And the reason I can't do that right now is I don't know that I even have the money or I mean, I could cut down trees obviously, but farmhouse, that's also, yeah, I still have to deliver. I feel like that's not what I want then. Farmhouses, here we go. So you've got, now is my tent in here. There's my tent. So my tent's only $26. That's a lot cheaper than I think the cheapest one is 50,000. 55. Way cheaper than 55,000. I just need a place to go to sleep, folks. That's it. They're saying that land's not mine. This is though, right? No. Ah. I don't have too much of a area. I don't want to put it in the middle of my road. Can I rotate that? Looks like rotate camera. Rotate item. If I leave it right there, I'm gonna be running over it. If I leave it right there, I'm gonna be running over it. Is that okay? That's my land right there too. Okay, that helps. Oh, sorry guys. All right, they're saying I can put it there. I just want to get it out of the way. Okay, perfect. Now, where am I at? Okay, I just want to go look at my tent real quick. I feel like there's a way to sprint. How did I do that before? There we go. Okay, where did I put my tent? It's camouflage, folks. I can't see it. It does have some good camo on it. I'll give you that. What the heck did I do with it? It did let me put it down, I think. Holy cow. Am I seriously not finding my tent? What is going on? I could, oh, I see it. It's way over there. I didn't think it was way over there. Thought I'd put it a little bit closer. Okay. Here's my tent, and I can go to sleep in there, right? Yep. Okay. Cool. All right, guys. Look, I appreciate you hanging in there with me if you did while I'm bumbling around trying to figure this game out again. I think I might do the next video live. So you might actually see that one before you see this one. Just because it takes less time to get it uploaded and all that good stuff. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. I hope everybody's having a good Friday night. I hope it's not raining where you guys are. Appreciate the new subscribers. Rusty Shanks out.